It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see tight end Dawson Knox. He's been a target machine each week, 5th in the league in receptions. It's the Bills and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next.
Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
Yeah, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Tua going to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't.
And he works free. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Off play action. Allen. That is complete downfield to Knox. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. And his throw is going to be incomplete. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total.
That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills. Touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official.
The previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. So Miami coming out for their second drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to pass. Tua. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Looking for James Cook out of the backfield that time. And it's 3rd down. You talk about this Miami defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the number 1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Allen off the play fake. And his throw is incomplete. Well, these two teams met earlier in the year in Buffalo with the Bills winning that ball game. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Allen. And his throw here is incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bills go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You've just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And he is in to make it 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Dalton Kincaid with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle and make them 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception. And now the rookie's free across midfield. He's on his way. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make it 24-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. We are in for a good one as we're through one. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Allen. Throw left side to Kincaid. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Allen now on 1st down. This to the tight end, Kincaid. Touchdown, Bills. Dalton Kincaid on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a two-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated, I just realized that I stole both your pins in this last game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for 2.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Bills getting set to go. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5. That's a whale of a game. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Buying time to his left. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Quentin Morris from 3 yards out. And the Bills are an extra point away from going up by 30.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And off to Achane to begin the drive.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by Ed Oliver. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
And now the Bills will bring the offense out onto the field and go for 2 here. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Tagovailoa trying again after the pick six. And that went to the right side and incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That's pulled in at the 32. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills.
There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent. And they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, but to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Now Allen off the bootleg. That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua sets up to pass it.
Throw caught by Achane.
There he goes, right side. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Tua now on first down.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And again, it's Tagovailoa.
That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he comes back with one complete. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Devon Achane in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And you wonder if with Allen's arm, they might just take their chances by dialing up a long one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
A final shot before half for Allen. He'll look down the field here for Kincaid.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman.
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bills shaken up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, Allen.
This taken in by Kincaid.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
To the air, Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid
from 17 yards out.
And the Bills have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2.
And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again.
And the numbers for him pretty solid, really. He's run it well. He's caught it pretty well, but they're still far behind the 8 ball on the scoreboard.
Not able to use his talents, as you noted, to narrow the gap in the scoreboard. Sometimes it's a bend but don't break, right? He gets his yardage, that's cool, but it's not paying off on the scoreboard. They're not getting the points necessary. And if you're a defensive team, you'll give up that yardage for the kind of lead they have.
That's what I was going to ask you. Sometimes you say, let this guy do his thing. Let's control what we can control elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Take away the rest of the guys. Don't let them hurt you as well. But the biggest one is they contained him well enough that they've been able to increase their lead.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Tre'Davious White with a pick, and he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 73 yards.
And the Dolphins are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
First down, Bills.
That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown.
A great effort there. 26 yards.
And the Bills get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
To kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense.
Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good. But there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Now a dump off here complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Here's Tua.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bills' 45-yard line.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami.
Jalen Waddle
with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Dolphins are able to at least get one score back.
Oh, this is blocked.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He might score. And he finally runs out of gas, but not before he's inside the 10-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown.
8 yards on the touchdown pass.
And the Bills are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. Back now in Miami, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Here's Bass now to send it away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
And out come the Dolphins now.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. To his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Tua. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
From it's Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Up huge on the scoreboard, and they're still trying to add to their total. That shot doesn't connect, but I don't think it'll dissuade them from attempting another one.
On play action, Allen.
That is caught. Kincaid with it.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Allen off the play fake.
That's caught. Kincaid for the Bills touchdown.
From 17 yards out.
And the Bills look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense.
When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here going to be caught by Wilson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 more yards there and another first down.
That's good for a Miami Dolphin. 1st and 10.
Looking to pass. Tua. His throw incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Tua now on first down. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. So Allen's going to look to throw. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Throw left side to Kincaid. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Play action. Now it's Allen. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
So now Allen and the Bills going to stay out and go for 2. They're going to try and run. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Dolphins are going to recover.
Illegal touching. Offense.
I don't know what the heck.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second in a couple.
At the 29-yard line.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On first down, Tagovailoa.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Tua to try again on second down. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well. And if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
So fourth down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit.
Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable, and that's what they're doing.
To take over here.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And Allen is actually going to throw it here.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Buffalo.
On play action, Allen.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you know, you could always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they
left sideline a dive, and it looks like he's got it. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Buffalo,
they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins,
it will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10.
And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.